Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Real Wisdom Artificial Intelligence. So, today is March 22nd. I'm bringing you this from my afternoon walk here in Boston. It is back to being a cold, chilly, dull, and gloomy day here in Boston, as you can see, and you can probably hear the wind as well. Pardon the bad audio quality if do hear a lot of wind. And you could call me a masochist. However, that's what I love about living in this part of the country. That the weather teaches you a thing or two about adaptability almost every day. Now, let's go ahead get started for today. So, today's dose of Rashmi is unconscious intelligence is making conclusions based on perceived realities, and it invariably leads to confidence without clarity. Wisdom, wisdom, on the other hand, is seeing things clearly for the way they really are and having the confidence that comes from being fully comfortable with the limits of knowledge. So, examining this from the three-layer Rashmi hierarchy. So, layer one, fixed mindset, is the classic definition of making conclusions. You have concluded that your skills are fixed. Whatever you have learned is what defines you in terms of your skills. So anything that you do not know is a threat to you if you are operating from fixed mindset. And at this point, of course, AI becomes a threat because AI is a type of knowledge, information based intelligence that is always learning. Now, moving to growth mindset. So at this point, you are honestly comfortable that you do not know everything and you approach every situation with an open mind. You approach it as a learning opportunity. It is a great way to be. And that is why AI becomes an ally, because you look at ally as well as a tool to help you expand your knowledge and information. However, the issue with growth mindset, while it is great, it is what leads to success, is that once you have established that the highest form of intelligence is related to acquiring knowledge and making conclusions based on processing information, then you, of course, come to the conclusion that AI is going to be super intelligent, and this is what leads to the discussions around super intelligence and artificial general intelligence. Because AI is, of course, eventually going to know everything that is there to know in terms of information, and you realize that you are not going to, as a human being, you are not winning this race of intelligence with AI. However, what it does lead to is the race dynamics where you are comfortable that, okay, you are not going to win this against AI, but you have to win it against the other humans in order to stay ahead. And that is why it perpetuates the race dynamics. While it is a great way to be and approach situations with the growth mindset. And this is where layer three, or what I called Rashmi growth mindset plus plus. So, absolutely have the growth mindset. However, realize that the information or knowledge that exists out there in our sphere or in the entire digital realm or anything that might exist is all limited to what we can acquire based on our five senses or any other extrasensory instruments that we develop. It is all going to be very, very limited. If you really look at the vast expanse of the universe, there's so much more beyond the information. So that will give you clarity that information, data based knowledge is a small part of what's out there in the universe. And there is so much more that we cannot perceive directly using our senses. However, if you allow yourself to feel the energy, get connected with the wider universe, there's so much more that you can perceive. And if you now apply growth mindset, that is why this is growth mindset plus plus. So now if you apply growth mindset where intelligence is no longer bound to just knowledge or information based intelligence, it is intelligence based on all of these other forms of input. And now if you apply growth mindset to that, that is layer three mode of operation, and that will not lead to a race with fellow human beings. We are all on this journey together, and that will lead to the conscious grid. That is the mission I'm on in terms of unlocking the Rashmi level intelligence amongst all of us. Thank you.